Welcome to this week's leadership video. I'm trying to show you a little bit of the new concrete that's being laid down on the patio. But why would we do new concrete? What in the world is going on? Well, actually, the trees in the area, after a dozen years, have grown, their roots have grown underneath the patio. And what it's done is it's absolutely breaking up the concrete, lifting it up out of the ground and destroying it. Had to have people come in, jackhammer out the old concrete, and then now lay down a new thing. But not only did they have to jackhammer it out, they had to then cut off some of the roots, take out one of the trees, do the things so that that concrete could be brand new, because it had been destroyed. It reminded me of a passage in the book of James, where James writes, "When tempted, no one should say, 'God is tempting me,' for God cannot be tempted by evil and does not tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when by his own evil desires he is dragged away and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death." The picture, leaders, is this: that when we allow sin to be growing in our lives, maybe it's just under the surface, eventually it comes out and it destroys our life. Here's my challenge to you this week: that for each of us there are sins that we struggle with. Don't let those sins continue. Find someone to be an encouragement and a help with. Identify those sins. Otherwise, they become like the roots of the trees that grow underneath, and all of a sudden they just start breaking up the concrete, or in our case, breaking up our lives, destroying our ministries, impacting the lives of other people. Don't let sin continue in your life. Don't let sin grow. When we take on the mind of Christ, God reveals to us, God shows us the areas of our life where there is sin. I encourage you this week, maybe you have to get a jackhammer out, a spiritual jackhammer, jackhammer up that old concrete, those old sins. Get down underneath, cut out the roots, but don't let it continue, please. Each and every one of you is involved in ministry, leading small groups, life groups, Sunday school classes, Kate's Cup tables, women's Bible studies, men's studies. There's all kinds of different ministries that are going on, and you're key important leaders. And Satan's way of destroying your ministry is to allow sin to just continue to grow, and eventually it will break up your life, break up your ministry. Don't let this happen. Stop it now. And let God pour a new layer of concrete. Let him refresh you. Let him bring about healing. But he can't do that if you don't first dig out those roots of sin. Find them in your life. Spend some time this week praying and just asking God to show you. Maybe he's already shown you and identified it. You've got to dig those out, folks. You have to. Hey, I'm going to be praying for you this week. I'm going to be praying that God shows you those things and gives you the courage to tear them out. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.